Alright, so today is officially the beginning of For Honor Year 5, and by the time I upload this video, we should all be jumping in and playing with everything that's arrived in Year 5, Season 1, Asunder. Not too long ago, EB released the patch notes for patch 2.26 so that we can see just about everything that'll be in this update, or at least what's supposed to be in this update. Of course, the patch notes don't always catch everything, and some more information may be revealed by the community as time goes on, or some of the things that are in the notes may not be entirely accurate and will be pointed out either by the end of today or within a few days. Anyways, today, I just want to quickly go over these notes and briefly give you my thoughts on a few things, and then later on, after I've played with everything, I'll do what I normally do and release a video with my thoughts on all of it. As always, if you do watch these videos somewhat regularly, I'd really appreciate it if you sub to the channel, as it really helps me out. Now let's not waste any more time and get right into it. Alright, so the notes are actually not filled to the brim. There's not too much to go over, so let's start off with the big thing, Warden. As we talked about last week, the Warden changes from the testing grounds are making their way into the live game. I talked about his changes in the last video, but in short, the back dodge shoulder bash is gone. Any attack that isn't a shoulder bash can be chained into a shoulder bash. All of his heavy finishers are now unblockable. His zone has shorter recovery, and Thick Blood has been replaced by a feat called Thrilling Comeback. I'll leave a link in the description so you can read the entire list of changes for yourself, but those are the larger bullet points. Orange Warden is here to stay. Now, at the time of me recording this, we're still not sure how much Thrilling Comeback heals for, but we'll find out very shortly, and I'll put it in the comments down below. As for the decreased damage on those finishers, we now know that his side heavy finishers will now do 30 damage instead of 35, and his top heavy finisher will do 32 damage instead of 34. Warden's changes are like the big change for the start of this season. Everything else in these notes are smaller. There's a change to guard breaks. Whenever a hero is in the startup of a guard break, if that hero is struck by a guard break, it'll now automatically perform a counter guard break. UB says this is to stop situations where two people would try to guard break each other at specific times, and the first person to get guard broken would need to press guard break again to counter it. A nice change, but it still won't stop me from mashing my guard break button in these situations. There's then of course the Forge rework, which aims to pretty much improve the flow of the map and give players more routes to follow. Then there's a few changes to the UI. In Breach, there will now be a warning for the defenders whenever the commander is taking damage. I really like the idea of this, as you could be fighting on Zone 8 or something while the commander is just getting shredded by the ballista or feats and you won't even know it. And then another UI change has to do with the revive and dead icons. They've adjusted the size and opacity of these icons to make them less intrusive. I can't wait to see how this looks in game, as it's something that we've been talking about for a while. You know, how these icons and other parts of the UI can literally just be in the way of indicators and information that you need to see while fighting. Other than that, there's a bunch of bug fixes, but my favorite one has to do with them fixing the issue that maxed out your CPU while booting up For Honor on PC. I finally have control again. And then there is the Battle Pass Fest, which is pretty much an XP fest, but instead of giving us double XP, we get double points for the Battle Pass. Finally, there are a few changes to the Factional Rewards that I'll throw up on screen. I still think they need to buff these rewards big time to get people to care more, but here they are. And that's pretty much it for the notes. As I said, it's not packed, there's not too much here. Of course, that's not all that's coming to the game. There are the new finishers, the Battle Pass specific co-op paired emotes, the new event that I'm praying will be good, and a few other things are making their way into the game that we'll all be able to play around with. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'm not going to sit here and ramble. As always, if you like the video, feel free to leave a like and sub if you're new, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.